Hey everybody, Jeff here. All right, so kind of excited because I got home today and look what's in the mail. Look at all that. Now, some of this I was expecting. It's weird because you order things all over the place. You pre-order this, you do this, you do that, and then it ends up, you get days where like a lot of stuff comes together that you weren't expecting to all come at the same time. Whereas when you're really waiting on something, it doesn't seem to come. So, in this case, a couple things hit today that I wasn't really expecting to all come together. But so I got home to all these packages. Now, one of them, I have no clue what it is. It's from somebody out there, and I am really stoked to see what it is because I've never received any VCLT from this person before, though I know a lot of people have, and I don't know what possibly could be in there. No communications about anything, so it's always neat to get total surprises. But before we get to that, I picked up a couple things this week from one of the local places that I go to. Nothing major, but it was kind of neat. I went by, and this is got me a copy of White Lion Pride. Now, I never really got into these guys back in the day when they were out. That was in that time frame. If you have watched a lot of my videos, I've told the story of how there were about 10 years there where I got out of certain types of music and mainstream music, and that was when they came about. So I've heard them. I've got digitally a lot of their stuff. Anyway, so it was neat to find this. It wasn't, it's a cutout. It looked like it was in better condition in the store, and I grabbed it looking in the lights in there, and then I got it home and I started playing it, and it's kind of pops and crackles, and it's got some couple skips in it, and so I looked real closely under a brighter light, and it needs cleaned. It's really dirty, and it's got a lot more scuffs and stuff on it than I probably would have otherwise purchased it. So, but hey, good for the price. And then coming up next would have been this. And maybe nobody's familiar with this. I don't know. The Randy Koban band. Randy Koban. Now, back in the 80s when this came out, I bought it on CD. I had no idea it was on vinyl. I think that would have been the CD era. I saw this in the store there where I bought it many months ago. It's been one of those things where it's like there, and I know it's there, and one day I'm going to get it, but maybe one day when I don't have anything else to buy. Well, this was the day. He is a bass player. And this is one of those instrumental albums that bands did back in the day. There's a lot of them, Malmsteen and Steve Vai and all of the, Tony McAlpine and all these guys who were like guitar shredders and stuff. They did a lot of these instrumental albums, and this is one by a bass player. Now, the thing that's cool about this is it has some guest starring people on here. As I mentioned, it has Steve Vai plays a second solo on one song. Al Pitrelli plays guitar on one song, and Al Pitrelli, he of course did some time in Sabotage, and he's been in a lot of bands. I'm more familiar with him with Sabotage. He did some stuff with Stephen Pearcy of Rat. They did an album together, and so anyway, he's pretty well known in the guitar field, and he plays a little on here. And then Mark Wood. If you're not familiar with Mark Wood, he's a violinist, a heavy metal violinist. Look him up. Google, YouTube him. Mark Wood, violinist, and he makes his own custom, cool-looking metal guitars. Plays a six-string electric violin, six-string violin, a guitar. Anyway, thought that was neat. I'd never seen the vinyl edition, so I went ahead and grabbed that, and that one was in really good shape. So, let us jump into these packages. Now, I know that, so I'm just going to jump in because I know one of them, I know what most of them are, like I said, except the one that I got. So let's take a look and rip into these together. This is my knife. Now, this first one here is actually not vinyl, but it is music. I picked these up because I have most of these already in my collection as far as the different ones that have been done, but these I had never picked up, and then I saw that they marked them down very inexpensively. So, Mike Portnoy, drummer for Dream Theater, went on to play with all kinds of other people. He does all the stuff with Neil Morse. He does and he does Transatlantic and Winery. The band just go on. Sons of Apollo. Anyway, again, if you've watched my channel for any length of time, you know I'm a big Mike Portnoy fan. Well, if you are a Portnoy fan, you know that for most every album he records, he does these things called drum cams, where he sets up a drum cam and he records all of his drum footage on drum cams. Then he pays some guy to go back and put it all together and match it up with the actual album the way that the songs were. Find all the pieces and takes here and snippets here, put them all together so that you can watch him basically play the entire studio track on the drums. And then each one of them has multiple audio tracks. You can do one where you just listen to him play drums, nothing else, just him playing drums. Then you can watch him play with the whole full band. And then there's one with commentary and stuff like that. So he does one for pretty much every album that he's done for a long time. He started back in Dream Theater a long time ago. So this is a live Neil Morse concert. I have one concert he's done. This is one of the ones I didn't get. This is the Momentum Tour. And he basically, it's just, you get to watch the entire live show just from the drum set. So as a drummer, this is really cool. Then he's got the entire Kaleidoscope album with Transatlantic. And again, they piece all the songs together so that you're actually getting a visual drums only view of the whole album you can sit and listen to. And then Mike Portnoy's Drumming Colors. This is from the first Flying Colors album. And by the way, the third, I just pre-ordered the third Flying Colors album. They finally put the third, they're working on the third album. It's going to be out in October, and I ordered it on vinyl and CD and all that stuff. Anyway, this is him playing the drums for all of that. Dummy me, I thought I was thinking crazy. Drumming Nature. So this is the second Flying Colors. Why was I thinking that? Because this was a package deal, these two together. So again, this is him playing all of the second Flying Colors album. If you're not a fan of Flying Colors, you better look them up on YouTube. They are amazing. Steve Morse from Deep Purple and Dixie Dregs, or whatever you want to say, and a bunch of other guys that are, you know, well known in a lot of the music field. Another thing that Portnoy's been involved in, as was Neil Morse, is they do these cover things. I should have pulled out ones that I have already. They'll go out and do like one night at, and they'll play entire songs by certain bands. They've done Led Zeppelin, they've done Rush. Usually it's Mike Portnoy and then different bandmates. They've done the Beatles a couple times, and this is it. The Beatles tribute is Yellow Matter Custard, and so this is them again. And it's Neil Morse and Mike Portnoy and darn it, what's the guy's name from Racer X? You know, Gilbert. And then, so they go out, and this is like 41 songs. So this is like a live concert. The DVD was sold out, though I would like to have it. I do have the first one, the first Yellow Matter Custard, on DVD and CD. But all of those were on sale on Mike Portnoy's website, and they were on sale for like less than half price. So I went ahead and scooped up all of that. So, all right, let's get to the stuff we know before we get to that mystery box. So this is just a package I bought from a guy on Facebook, and to be honest, I'm confused as to exactly which one this was because I have bought a couple, but I know it's going to be something random that I wanted to get. Oh, okay, Rat, Reach for the Sky. All right, yeah, had a good price on the Rat, and this is one of the ones I needed on vinyl. I still need a couple other ones, but he had it for a good price, so I scooped it up. All right, this is Amazon. I know what this is. This is one of those deals where I was watching it with that camel.com program, and then the price came up. It dropped below what I wanted, you know, what I was shooting to get it for, and so I went ahead and scooped it up. And that is the reissue of the first Armored Saint EP. I believe this is on Red, 30th Anniversary Metal Blade. And it's the EP, in this case 5 songs. I think the original EP had 4. Anyway, so I went ahead and grabbed this. Again, nothing fancy, but yeah, I definitely wanted to get this. This I bought this back in the day. This is where I started with them and loved them. And then, of course, you know, you hear about them, Metal Massacre and stuff like that. So, all right, so this next one is the one that I wasn't expecting and have no clue what it was. And this is from... So, this is from Red, and I don't have a clue. I know how he got my address, though. I know how he got my address, because like I said, I was not aware anything was being sent. I did not give anybody an address, but I know how he got my address, because we have a mutual friend. And it feels like it's got a good amount of stuff in here. And again, you know, I watch Red stuff, and you know, he's got musical tastes all over the place, but I'm just curious, you know. I didn't know necessarily that he was watching my stuff as much. I occasionally see a comment here or there, but to know what I would like, so I am surprised. I am interested to see what exactly he may have sent me. I appreciate pretty much anything, and I have a lot of musical taste myself, so. Haha, you don't get to see any of it. Alright, so, not familiar with this at all. Deborah Allen. Have to look into it a little further. Not familiar. Looks kind of classic. Special price maybe. Anyway, this is a new one to me. I'm not. Maybe I know a song, but just don't know the name. Anyway, we will check that out. It's exciting to discover new music. This is a name I know. I know that he has recorded music in the past, but have never heard any of it. And that's John Schneider, one of the Dukes of Hazzard. Anyway, so I have a feeling this is probably going to end up being a little southern rockish or countryish. It seems like I've heard stuff from him. Maybe I'm thinking of what's his face, that soul guy from another TV show. I see his albums floating around anyway. Yeah, Schneider. I'm not sure if I've heard any of his stuff in the past or not. So this will be interesting to check out. All right, now this is more up my alley here. I do. I want to say I think I have these already, but that is cool. Night Ranger. Maybe they will be upgrade copies. We got 2 Night Rangers. We got a little bit of this Midnight Madness, and we got the 7 Wishes. These early night. I love all Night Ranger, all their albums. But of course, the early ones are very nostalgic. This is when it all started. So, love that stuff. And then another that I'm a fan of, and these 2 I do not have, and he may have heard me mention one of these. This one. Well, Billy Joel, An Innocent Man. This is one of my favorites. It's probably one of my top 5 Billy Joel albums. I pretty much like. I like everything he did up until the late 80s, and then I kind of lost touch. It seems like it went kind of all over the place. I didn't get into it as much there. This is probably one of the last albums that I really, really liked. The Bridge and some of those other ones, were hit and miss, but everything here and beyond and prior, I have all the CDs and I love them. So this is great. So thankful. I was listening to this album just a couple weeks ago on Spotify. And then this is, yes, my all-time favorite Billy Joel album, Glass Houses. Probably the first one that I physically bought myself. In my last video, I talked about how I had found A Stranger in somebody's garbage. And I don't know if that was before or after I bought this, but I got this for Christmas back when it came out. I love this album. It's one of my wife's favorite albums too. We listen to this the most. So this has been, high on my list of wanting to get, but just not one of those things I was going too far out of the way for, because I do have all the CDs. So to acquire this on vinyl is amazing. Anytime I'm in the car and my wife's in the car and we want to pull up something that we want to make the kids listen to, it's usually something like Billy Joel, something from the 80s. This, Innocent Man, anything prior to that, I love them all. 52nd Street, The Stranger, Piano Man, all of those, Serenade, all those albums are really cool. But this one, the 2 or 3 in this time frame, Stranger, 52nd Street, this, Innocent Man, all of those are the ones that are really the ones that we highlight. So this is great. This is great. This is one of those ones that, I wasn't going to go too far out of my way to buy it just because I already have it. But if I was ever stumbled across it, I was going to be buying it. So, and then it looks like it's in great condition. Anyway, excited. That's some cool stuff, some well-known stuff, and some new stuff to check out. I am so thankful, Red, that you'd even, that you thought to send me something. I just, out of the blue like that. That's the exciting kind of VCLT when you don't even know what's coming, and here it is. So thank you so much. It is much appreciated. I got a lot to listen to now. I'm really excited. It's going to be a crazy night, and next couple of days listening to music. So anyway, thanks so much. Thanks again, and keep on rocking, and see you later.